Hello everyone, how are we all doing today? This video is specifically for my girls with acne or oily skin. We are kind of going to run through some things to help you hopefully maximize your results and get some really great looking skin. First we'll start with skincare. Skincare is super important, and I'm sure there are several of you who don't even like to wash your face, or you're in bed and don't want to get up to rewash it. So these handy dandy little makeup wipes are perfect. Stick them beside your bed if you have to. They come individual or they come in a pop-up pack, which is great. You can stick them right beside your bed if you're in bed and, oh, I'm too tired to get up and wash my face. You can still grab one of those and have it done and not have to worry about it. Also, speaking of being in the bedroom, your pillowcase. Like if you have acne, make sure you are changing your pillowcase a couple times a week. Our faces are on there all night and that bacteria gets transferred. So having a clean pillowcase is super important too, guys. And then cleaning your tools. Cleaning your blender, cleaning your brushes that directly you use for foundation and powder is really important too, especially every day. If you have a lot of acne that keeps coming back day after day, make sure you're washing your tools because you want to keep those clean and sanitized so you don't have that spread of bacteria. And then there's a couple cleansers I like to alternate between. I use the Dream Clean most days. It's really great at taking off my makeup. Like I don't even need to use the wipes. This takes it off really nice and it's still really gentle. It even takes my mascara and liner off really nice. And then I also, once a week, I will use the men's line, believe it or not. Our men's line is great. The cleanser has an exfoliator in it, so once a week in the shower, I will exfoliate with that. You want to try to exfoliate your skin like once to twice a week. Don't overdo that. Our skin cells try to regenerate about every 5 to 7 days. So that kind of just helps get the dead stuff off and gives you a nicer look. And then I throw this in. Limelight's line doesn't have a toner yet, but I like to do a toner. I think it's super important. I use that after my cleanser before I do my moisturizer. So I just use a witch hazel, or you can use like a rose water or anything like that. I do an alcohol-free one so it doesn't dry out my face, but it kind of opens or closes your pores up too after you have done your moisturizer. And then the two moisturizers I use before my makeup, Calm Balm. Calm Balm is kind of a gel-like texture to it. It's really light, it's not greasy. And then most of the time I will actually use the men's Cool Down Balm. This one is bergamot and rosemary, so it's bergamot is good for like dark spots and stuff, and I do have a few dark spots that I am trying to lighten up, so I use that one a lot. Our skin therapist I do use at night, but for me during the day it's too heavy underneath my makeup, so that one I use mostly for a night cream. And then also 1 to 2 days a week I will use the Masque of Zen. Masque of Zen is amazing if you have oily and acne skin. Most of these are just scars going on right now. I did eat chocolate this weekend and have a big guy down here. So tonight I will do my mask, and you want to leave it on for at least 10 minutes. Then I will just spot treat this little guy. I will dab some on there after I wash the rest of it off. Do my moisturizer, and I will dab some on there. You can leave that on overnight. It'll just dry, so it's like a little spot treatment for your face. And then once you have your moisturizer all on, I did the Calm Balm today, so I have that done. And I just did my eyes and everything today to save some time. Actually, I've been doing my eyes a lot lately before I do my foundation, especially if I do darker colors, because then whatever flakes off on your face you can wipe off before you do your foundation. So I have the primer. I like to use the primer. I have a lot of girls too that use the oil strike, and then they use their oil strike as a primer as well. So you can use the one product for two things. And that oil strike really helps keep their oil at bay all day, and they are loving it. For you girls with acne, the best thing that I use to get really great coverage is my blender. And I used this yesterday, so it's not clean today, but that's okay. I use the blender, and we're going to cover up these little gross spots here. For redness, the concealer number 1 cancels that stuff out. And you can use your finger too. I like to use a brush because I have long nails, so that makes it a little challenging. Or if you have rosacea and stuff on your cheeks, you can just dab that green tinted number 1 around and cover your whole cheeks with that, because that will cancel out the redness. Or this summer, if you have a sunburn on your nose, cancels that out too. So I will just leave those spots looking crazy like that. And then my foundation, our foundations, I'm going to use all of 3 today. They are 50% pigmented, so a little is going to go a really long ways. So all I do is a little twist in there. And then I just like to pat it on. Pat and twist almost. And I do have enough in here to pretty much get half of my face done. See how that covered up all of that craziness I had going over there already? You want to blend it on your neckline. See the difference? All of my grossness, my little dark spot, it's all covered over here. Get the other side. Just pat and turn. Gone. Stuff's magic, you guys. And then I will flip this around a little bit. Make sure you get it in your hairline. And flawless skin once again. So after foundation, oily skin girls, I like to use the pressed powder. But I like to do the pressed powder a little heavier. So I will use, actually my blender, I'll use this side of it. And get some product on there and press that into your skin. Especially heavier through your T-zone area where you get more oily. Most of the time I just use my big fluffy brush. But I've done this on girls with oily skin, and it has worked awesome. So press the powder in. And it gives you just a really nice satiny feel, and it helps keep that oil at bay. So then, finishing touch when you're all done with the the mascara, the foundation. I'm using the 10 years younger, but you would want to use the oil strike. Well, here. The oil strike will help keep your oil controlled all day, and it keeps your makeup set. Can't find this. Okay. So you spray that on after. And then if you are super oily, you can do a whole nother round of powder after this dries. Powder and then spray it again. And that will give you awesome oil control results and keep your acne covered as well. So I hope that was helpful, you guys. I will talk to you again soon. Have a fabulous day.